She stood frozen as her government-issued ID slid off the counter and hit the floor face down, like it didn't belong to her. The room went quiet, no apology, no eye contact, just a lingering silence heavy with doubt. Minutes later, headlines began to swirl. Investors ghosted her, a $500 billion partnership gone without a word. What began as a routine bank visit spiraled into a public unraveling of everything she had built. This is the story of how power, perception, and prejudice collided in one quiet moment. Welcome, story lovers. Where are you watching from? Comment your city. Marissa Cole had built her empire, brick by brick. From a single-bedroom apartment in Atlanta to the CEO suite of a billion-dollar tech firm. Her life was a testament to persistence. Every morning, she walked into boardrooms where no one looked like her and left with deals signed in ink. Dressed in tailored suits and armed with unshakable calm, Marissa was used to being underestimated but never dismissed. On this particular morning, she wasn't headed to a conference or investor pitch. Just a quick stop at the bank to verify. A wire transfer routine, boring. She even left her driver waiting, expecting to be in and out in minutes. But something in the air felt off. The teller barely glanced at her. Eyes lingered too long on her skin, not her ID. Marissa noticed but brushed it off. She had too much on her plate to entertain every microaggression, until it wasn't so micro anymore. Marissa slid her ID across the counter, offering a polite smile. The teller, a middle-aged woman with a stiff jaw and narrowed eyes, didn't smile back. She picked up the card like it was something dirty, held it between two fingers, then looked at Marissa like she was lying. "This yours?" she asked, her voice flat. Marissa blinked. "Yes, I'm here to authorize a corporate transfer. The CFO already called ahead." The teller didn't respond. She walked away, ID still in hand, leaving Marissa standing alone. Minutes passed. Whispers floated from behind the counter. A manager peeked around the corner, but said nothing. When the teller returned, she didn't hand the ID back. She dropped it right on the tiled floor, face down. "There's something off with this," she said. "We can't process your request." Marissa picked up her card slowly, heat rising behind her eyes. She asked for the manager. He refused to meet her gaze. No apologies, no explanations, just suspicion. She was told to come back with proper verification. She had founded the company. Her name was on the building. As she walked out, calls buzzed on her phone. A major international partner worth $500 billion in future deals had gotten wind of the incident. They were concerned about reputational risk. The story wasn't just going viral, it was being weaponized. And suddenly, everything she had built, every room she'd earned a seat in, was at risk of crumbling. One silent prejudice at a time. The next morning, Marissa's name trended online not for her achievements, but for being the woman who faked being a CEO. Comment sections exploded with skepticism. Anonymous profiles dissected her credentials, questioned her wealth, called her aggressive for demanding basic respect. Investors pulled back. Journalists hounded her board. The company's stock dipped, and in a private boardroom, full of men who once praised her brilliance, silence filled the air. No one stood up. No one pushed back. She wasn't just humiliated, she was erased. Not by facts, but by perception. In that moment, Marissa realized it wasn't just a teller's hand that dropped her eye. It was the system's hand, and it had dropped her. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like, it really helps. Marissa didn't quit. She rebuilt quietly, fiercely. But something had changed. Not just in her career, but in how she carried herself. The invisible armor she wore every day had cracked, exposing wounds that never truly healed. She now speaks less in boardrooms and more at schools, to young black girls, warning them of a world that still questions their worth. This wasn't about one teller or one branch. It was about a system that still sees power as a skin tone and dignity as conditional. How many black women have to prove themselves 10 times over only to be dropped in an instant? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos.